Hello, what's up, everybody? My mic was muted. Round of applause from the live studio audience for Andrew. What up, ABW in the house? I keep calling you Andrew, sorry. I'm just going to say the initials. You know? Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show, your beginner-friendly guide to saving in Bitcoin. Hope everybody's having a good day. It's Taco Tuesday, or as some might say, Stacko Tuesday. always buying, never selling. Okay, today just gonna do what we do every week. We're just gonna do what we do every day. Okay, this is your daily reminder that maybe you should be stacking some Bitcoin. So that's what we're gonna do here on the show. We're gonna jump through our 4 different segments and have a good time and stack some Bitcoin and carry on with our days. Satwise Janks in the house. What up? Round of applause from a live studio audience for Satwise. Wow, we got 5 likes already. Wowzers. What up, Carlos? Good to see you in here. Round of applause from the live studio audience for Carlos Jaramillo in the house. DCA to BTC gang in the house. All right, let's get started with the first segment of the show that we like to call the Bitcoin strength. Flexing on you guys. There it is. The price of Bitcoin today is $106,360.83. You can buy 940 Satoshis. I was about to say 1,000 something. You can buy 940 Satoshis for a single dollar today. Gone are the days of buying over 1,000 Satoshis for $1. Maybe. Yeah. What would you do if it dropped, guys? What would you do if it dropped back below 100,000? Do you think? Let's start a poll, guys. Let's start a poll. Real quick. Start a poll. We. Okay. Will we see below 100? Will we see below 100K before the next bear run starts? So, from here until we get the new all-time high and the bear run starts, are we gonna go below 100K? What do you think? Let me know in the chat. Not in the chat, in the poll. All right, cool. So that is the price of Bitcoin. Let's say you're walking down the street, minding your own business. You look down, you see a penny, you pick it up, and all the day that penny will be worth 9.4 Satoshis, really just 9 Satoshis. I'm watching Luke live on TV and moderator on phone chat while I watch here on PC. Dang. Yeah, are you half octopus? Oh yes, think we'll see below 100K before the next bear run. In other words, we're going up from here until we get to the new all-time high, and then maybe on the pullback that signals the bear run, we might see 100K. 9 cents percent. Back in my days, the dollar was worth something. That's awesome. That's really good. It's really good. All right. So the topic for today's show is, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking. And it's the slogan for our show. It's the closing line that I always say, but you know what? Like, we never actually done a show titled that. So I thought we should do that, right? On our way to dollar sat by, oh my gosh, imagine a dollar sat parity by 2030. That means that for every Satoshi, one Satoshi will be worth $1. If one Satoshi, guys, fair warning, guys, fair warning. If one Satoshi ever, between now and whenever, if one Satoshi equals $1, I'm done doing the show. I'm done doing a lot of stuff. Right? I'm done doing a lot of stuff because we ain't slacking. Right? All right, let's jump into the next topic of the show, the next segment. Why we stack. All right, keep it short and sweet today. We stack because we understand that saving our hard-earned value in Bitcoin not only shields you from inflation, but actually increases your purchasing power without you having to do anything additional to what you've already done. What does that mean? It means that you are sometimes doubling, sometimes tripling, sometimes quadrupling the value that represents the time you spent working for somebody or doing something for productive, right? So as the purchasing power of your Bitcoin increases, you get more and more of your time back because you don't have to do the extra work to get that purchasing power, right? That's really why we work. We work so that we have purchasing power, so we can buy things to make our lives easier or funner or better or whatever, right? And when you're setting aside some of that value you're working for into Bitcoin and that value increases and your purchasing power goes up, what does that really mean? It means that you don't have to work as hard anymore, right? You can continue to work just as hard and get a bigger stack going and be able to retire sooner, or be able to retire with a more lavish lifestyle in a different location. But you're good, right? Today we're actually gonna do and revisit our When Moon website to see what a difference it makes now that we're at 106,000. Jeez, it's super surreal to think we're at $106,000 Bitcoin. It's crazy. Anyway, to keep things short, to make things sweet, let's just talk about why we save in Bitcoin. If you're watching the show for the first time, I want you to take this statement and go dissect it, process it, and come back with any questions, okay? Why do we save in Bitcoin? Why do we stack Bitcoin? We save in Bitcoin because saving in Bitcoin is like traveling back in time and giving yourself a perpetually increasing retroactive raise for the hours you've already worked for as long as you hold a Bitcoin that represents those hours. Take that statement, write it down, memorize it, and figure out what every single piece of that means. Every word in there is carefully selected. There's no additional words that don't need to be there. Every word has a meaning, and it'll help you better understand why you should be saving in Bitcoin. Again, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. If I was a financial advisor, I would be telling you to split your portfolio 60-40 stocks and bonds and diversify your assets. But I'm not, right? Because your investment advisor can't tell you to stack Bitcoin, right? Because it's not approved by whatever organization gives them their certification. But me, as a regular dude on the internet without any without any financial advisor certifications, right? I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. And as you can see, as you'll be able to see in the numbers a little bit later in the stack recap, you're seeing it work. Okay. So it's up to you to decide if you want to start saving in Bitcoin, if you want to start stacking sats, if you want to start holding the most pristine thing you can own, the most scarce thing you can own that never inflates, that doesn't inflate, that's programmed to increase in value the more you hold it, right? And you don't have to take my word for it. That's the beauty of it. You can do the research yourself, and you should, right? And I'm not telling you what to buy, what to sell. I'm just showing you what I'm buying and that I'm not selling, son. All right? So that is why we stack. That's why we stack. If you enjoy this show and you want to help us grow, do me a favor and hit that like button on your way in and type in the word stacked into the chat to encourage others to also stack those likes. And if you're new here and you want to ask questions, if you're new to Bitcoin in general, I love having you here in the show. Okay, I'm here to help you I'm here to help beginners. Most importantly, I want you to avoid the pitfalls of getting into altcoins and yield products and trading of all things. Okay, so we buy Bitcoin. We hold the Bitcoin in self-custody in a wallet that we have the keys for, and we continue to stack harder, okay? If you have any questions about everything I just said or anything I just said, please do subscribe. You'll be able to ask your questions in the comments, and if you can't And if you're watching this show as the replay, feel free to leave a comment in the video, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Okay. What up, Koji? Welcome back to the show. Good to see you in here. Round of applause from a live studio audience for Koji. Dennis Porter from Satoshi Action Fund is unveiling a Bitcoin reserve policy for Trump to potentially leverage over on X. Oh, crazy. That is crazy. So a lot of you guys know I'm not a Trump supporter, right? I'm not a Trump supporter, and it irks me that if he does a Bitcoin reserve, he's gonna freaking go down as a genius, right? Even though it's other people in his ear telling him to do a Bitcoin reserve. If he does a Bitcoin reserve, he'll probably fix the national debt problem, which is pretty awesome, right? So as much as I don't like Trump, I can't hate on what good it'll do for the country if the U.S. adopts a Bitcoin Treasury Reserve. That would be insane. It'd be insanely good, right? Especially for us that are already into Bitcoin, right? Because no matter what size stack you have, if you think it's going up, it's definitely going to go up if the U.S. officially does the Bitcoin strategy. And there's at that point, like, what's his name? That's I can't believe I'm spacing on his name. Max Kaiser. Like Max Kaiser said, it kicks off the hash rate wars, right? Where all the countries around the world are fighting each other to be the one that provides the most hash rate to the network. And what does that do to the network? It just makes it more secure. You know, it makes it stronger. It provides more hash rate for it. It makes it stronger for all of us, right? And then not only will they be trying to provide most hash rates so they can mine Bitcoin, but they'll also be trying to buy Bitcoin, right? So you have all the pressure from like Michael Saylor buying all the time, right? And who knows what other companies might jump in after the government jumps in? Who knows what other governments might jump in? Who knows how many millionaires will jump in, or billionaires, whatever you want to call it, right? So all signs point to higher prices in a higher cost of Bitcoin, just because the demand is going to be so strong. And of course, it's capped at a 21 million supply. So what's the only thing that could change if the price equals supply and demand? If supply and demand govern the price, and supply is fixed, and the demand goes up, the only thing that can change in that equation, the only thing that has movement, is the price, right? So it has to go up. Okay. All right. Andrew, I know, right? I hide it pretty well. Oh my gosh, Carlos says because I ain't American. Wait, what did Carlos say? Nice, that's okay. What up, McLovin in the house? Round of applause from the live studio audience for McLovin. Welcome back, Brusky. We're having a good time, dude. It's pretty good. It's pretty fun in here right now. All right. So what are we talking about? Yeah, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking. That's done. Okay. All right, let's jump into the stack recap, guys. Stack recap, because we don't only talk about stacking Bitcoin here Monday through Friday. We actually do it 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and there it is. Here's our stack for 2024. We dollar cost averaged $20 a day minimum. $40 a day when the price of Bitcoin was below our average buy price for 2024, and $80 when the price of Bitcoin was below our lowest purchased in 2024. Today, the price of Bitcoin is $106,000. Our average buy price is $64,000 for 2024. So today, we're only going to buy $20 worth of Bitcoin. Round of applause from the live studio audience for El Somer in the house. What up? Good to see you in here. Do me a favor, hit that like button on the way in. And welcome back to the show. All right, now let's look at the lifespan of the show. Since the beginning of the show, May 22nd, 2023, we've been stacking sats ever since. And the show bag is up to about 0.3151171 Bitcoin. The goal for the show, when the show will finally be completed, when we beat the final boss, will be when this show hits 1 whole Bitcoin. That is the goal. Over 12 million sats It's crazy, right? Sat-wise, it's crazy. So we stacked about 22.7 million sats on the show through our dollar cost average schedule. We stacked 1.3 million sats through Operation Flipping Sats, which means we basically sell stuff in the house that we don't need. And I need to do more of this, actually. I need to do more of this if we're going to get to one whole Bitcoin, guys. So anyway, sold things like my KitchenAid mixer for $250 when Bitcoin was at $58,000, and I sold it immediately. I bought 421,000 Satoshis, and those 421 million Satoshis are now worth about $445. In essence, I time traveled back to the negotiation between me and the guy who bought this mixer for his wife, and he showed up at the meeting place with his checkbook or with his Venmo app, and I said, you know what? I know we agreed that I was going to sell this mixer to you for $250, but I changed my mind. I'm going to sell it to you for $447.99. And he said, sure. Right? He has no choice. He already gave me that money. So it's like taking that money, going back in time, and as long as I hold this Bitcoin that represents that purchase, that sale of that KitchenAid, the value of that sale will continue to go up. It's almost doubled. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Okay. All right. So we've also stacked Bitcoin through a different way. We call this the 100 Days of Bitcoin Savings Challenge. Q2 of 2024. It was a struggle, guys. We hit it hard when we touched when we broke the all-time high for the first time. We were bullish as ever, like always, and we thought, dang, it's gonna keep going, and then it dropped down 58K and just like destroyed us. We were down like 10%. We were down like 10%, but now we're up 57%, and we knew we would be up. We stacked 7.5 million Satoshis with that little experiment. We put in about $5,100. And right now, that value of the Satoshis that we stacked, the value of that Bitcoin is about $8,051. Okay. So finally, the second to the last thing. Actually, I don't think we're counting this one in there, but yeah. And we're also counting donos to the show. and we got one yesterday from Mr. Satwise Jank. So I need to add this to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to add this to the spreadsheet, actually. So don't worry, I'm going to fix the spreadsheet, make it look nicer, guys. I'm sorry for how crazy it looks. 0.00022100. All right, 105. We go back here. Change this one. Is that right? Is that right? Dang. All right. That's pretty cool. All right. So now officially counting all the donations, counting all the extra fundraising I've done on the side, all of the extra savings done on the side, and all of our DCAs for the whole lifespan of the show, our full amount is 0.31532271 Bitcoin. And I'm stoked about it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Throwing some jams here. Okay. Boltar, is Roman really stacking enough? I don't think so, McLovin. I don't think so. I don't think I'm ever stacking enough. It is decidedly so, but I have, just looking over my monitor, I have like a little rack, I guess it's a rack in front of me, and there's stuff in there that definitely still has value. I just haven't taken the time to list it. Like, I have old camera gear. The lenses are probably worth something. Yeah. So I think all that stuff's got to go. All that stuff's got to go next. I still have a couple more graphics cards to get rid of too. But I'm thinking here's what I'm thinking on these graphics cards. I'm thinking if the tariffs come through, and Trump puts 25% import fee on goods from China and like Japan. Sorry, China, Japan. And, well, anyway, 25% interest. Sorry, 25% tariffs on everything. That'll make the goods that I already have here worth a little bit more, so I'll be able to sell them for a little bit more. I don't know if there's a big of a difference. Anyway, I guess PSA public service announcement: if you're in the U.S. and you're looking to make any big purchases like electronics, household items like refrigerators and freezers and kitchen stuff, you might want to buy that stuff sooner than later before the tariff prices really hit. Okay, if you're in the market for those stuff, if you're in the market for that stuff already, anyway. All right. Anyway, let's keep it going. I do have a lot of stuff to sell. Anyway, so I look at this the sheet where we did Operation Liberating Sats, and it's like a kick to the nuts, dude. I need to sell stuff faster. I need to sell stuff faster so I can convert that stuff into Bitcoin as soon as possible. Because what I'm afraid of is, if Bitcoin gets away from us, we will never get to 1 Bitcoin on the show, right? So imagine if Bitcoin goes to like $1 million. There's no way I'll ever be able to buy $1 million worth of Bitcoin by selling random stuff around my house, right? I only have 2 chains in my apartment. Oh, sorry, 2 chairs in my apartment, and they are 5 years old. Dang, McLovin flexing on us, guys. I have too many chairs. Oh my gosh. All right. We know that we're gonna need to buy $20 worth of Bitcoin today. Oh yeah, before we do the purchase for today, just a reminder that in 2025, at the beginning of the year, we're starting a new spreadsheet just to track 2025. Okay, we're still gonna do the same thing where we have a cumulative sheet that tracks all the buys for the whole lifespan of the show. But we're gonna start fresh. Okay, so if you're new here to the show, if this is the first time watching one of our episodes, and you want to start stacking with us, you know, and be a part of the group, be part of the community, go through the ups and downs, get motivated to like huddle on, baby. Then consider starting to stack with us at the beginning of the year. The tracker will be fresh. The concept is that we're gonna stack $20 Monday through Friday. When the price of Bitcoin drops below our average buy price for 2025, we'll buy a double stack, so $40. You can do that, or you don't have to do that. You could just do $20. You could do $5, whatever you feel comfortable with. But it becomes kind of like a habit. So I'm trying to build that habit in you to just save in Bitcoin, right? And you might be thinking to yourself, well, shoot, I don't have that kind of money, bro. What do you think? I'm not made of money. Money doesn't grow on trees. It's printed. Money doesn't grow on trees, but you still find ways to buy random stuff you don't really need. And I'm not gonna lecture you about it, but do you really need to have Starbucks every week, bro? Do you really need to do you really need to have Starbucks every day? Yeah. Do you really need to buy that 6-pack of beer every Friday? Just kidding. Do you really need to eat out 3 days a week? Can you maybe cook 2 or 3 days a week and take that savings and put it into Bitcoin? It's gonna serve you better in the long run, right? Anyway, I'm not here to tell you how to run your life. Okay, I'm just here to show you that there are different options of what you might be doing already, and those things, seemingly small things, will add up. Okay, they will add up. I mean, look. That's a $5 Starbucks I didn't spend money on. And instead of spending on a $5 Starbucks, I put it into Bitcoin. I bought myself 18,000 Satoshis. 18,000 Satoshis. If I were to try to buy 18,000 Satoshis today, it would cost me almost $20. That's our DCA for today. About $20. Right? Leave my beer and my Thai food alone. Hey, you do what you want. I don't hear Hard Hollow complaining that he doesn't have enough money to continue his stacking. So those suggestions do not apply to Hard Hodl. Obviously, he's got his stuff together, right? I'm talking to the guy who's new to Bitcoin and doesn't know if it's worth doing it and is questioning himself because he thinks he doesn't have enough money to get started. That's what I'm talking about. To the guy or the gal or whatever you identify as, okay? Everybody needs Bitcoin. They just don't know it yet, okay? All right, so let's get in. Now that we know that we need to buy $20 today, let's jump into the final segment of the show. It's time to stack some Bitcoin and blow some eardrums out with the gong. All right, I'm opening up my Strike app. Let's drop a 20. Let's see here. Okay. Buy. Open up Strike, hit the buy button. I key in $20. I cut the music. I go next. Drum roll, please. Confirming. Buying $20 worth of Bitcoin right now on episode 343 of the Stack Bitcoin Show. And just like that, we've accumulated. Which is that? Let's see here. Kick on the music over here. Sorry about that. Let's see. We've accumulated $18,717 Satoshis. Dang, not even as much as we did for $5 back in the day. Wowzers. I cut out other hobbies like drone racing and buying PC games. Hey, there you go. Unfortunately, the repairs are becoming increasingly expensive. Yep. That's why my car is from year 2000. Oh, let's go. Damn, that car's printing money for you. If you rode it till the wheels fell off, that's fantastic. Okay, let me put this buy today. Let me put today's buy in here. 12. This is 17. 24. We bought 105,999.89. $20 worth. 0.000181717. Dang. There it is. Added to the stack. And the final total for the end of the show is 0.3155098. Slow and steady. We're moving up. We're moving it along. And that's it. That is it. Just like that. If anybody has any questions, now would be the time. Feel free to hit me with any questions in the chat. Any commentary? I understand your car struggles. I've replaced nearly everything in my car except the actual engine. Dang. And you guys are solid. You guys are on the check engine light crew. I forget who used to tweet a bunch of memes about that. That was hilarious. Probably McLovin, you probably know. His avatar was like a Mario brother with the laser eyes, I think. And like he used to tweet a lot about like a check engine lights, like the check engine gang. Like it was a badge of honor to have a check engine light. Check engine light gang in the house. All right, boys. It's 2:30. Right on cue. Okay, your daily dose of stacking and optimism and hopium, I guess you could say, right? Or reality. All right, boys, let's wrap this up. There it is. And just like that, we've come to a close. Shout out to McLovin, Hard Huddle, El Somer. We got, who else we got here? We got Satwise Jackson House. Thanks for tuning in, Satwise. We got Andrew ABW. Thanks for tuning in. And I saw someone else in here. Yeah, Koji Monster in the house. Thanks for tuning in today, sir. And I think that's everybody that commented. If you want to get a shout out next time, make sure you jump into the comments, say hello, be part of the community, be part of the gang, of the Stackers Club, of the Stackopaths. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show. But until then, remember, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking. Later.